Hi all, welcome back to my channel. This is my Flosstube 13, I believe. My name is Witchcraft and this is my channel about cross stitch and all craft related things, mainly cross stitch though. It started off with which craft am I going to do, but now it's which pattern am I going to do because I have so many. To start off my video, my daughter wanted to come. She's been going on about being in my video and I finally caved. She wants to come and say hello, so she's going to just say a quick hello and then I will get into all my whips and my plans. So come on in, Amelia. You want to say hello?
Hello.
This is Amelia, my nearly 9-year-old, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you've got a big brother that's 15, isn't he? 16 this year, yeah. Okay, so this is my Amelia. She's, what do you think of my cross stitch channel?
When I watch it, it's boring, but I reckon it's very interesting to people who do cross stitch.
Alright, okay. So if you like cross stitch today, if you're an 8-year-old, it's boring.
Yeah.
So move on.
Okay. I'm 15-year-old because Ashton doesn't like it.
Alright, okay, cool. You're not saying that now. Right, okay. So say goodbye then, so I can crack on. Love you lots. I'm saying goodbye. Right, off you go then.
Bye.
Good girl. So today's video, I'm just going to try not to edit. So we'll see how, so you're going to see loads of sorry. But basically it's been one of those weeks. I've had a lot on and I still got a lot on and I just need to I want to get this video out. I love doing this and I think that I'll just do it. I won't edit and you're going to see I don't edit hugely anyway, but also I realised I didn't take pictures of my patterns last week where I was at with them, so I'm not going to have this is what it was like last week. I will show you what it looks like, what it will look like when it's done, because I can get my Kindle up and show you that, and I'll show you where it is at now, and I'll make sure afterwards that I take a picture for next week. So I hope you're not too disappointed and that doesn't put you off the video, but I do have a lot to show you, so I'm really excited. So I'm going to get straight into it. As for Mania, I wouldn't say so much that I'm doing Mania because I think that my stitching is quite full on anyway. I always have lots of different patterns to do and I'm joining the challenges. So I've got the Wheel of Fortune full coverage Fanatics challenge and I've also got the bookshelf challenge, and so doing those I've gone for like the max you can do on those, which will take me the whole month to do. Hopefully I'll get it done in the month. So to then say, right, and now I'm going to do 50 more starts, I'm probably going to do them anyway, so it's not different than what I would do anyway. So I kind of think I'm not doing Mania as such, but I have got a lot on. I also have decided to, so Christy, lovely Christy from Christy's Corners Needlework, and also Dr_Christy on Instagram, she is doing embroidery May for the Mania, and I thought actually I might try a bit of embroidery. I've always wanted to do it, so that's something I'll show you a bit later, but that's as well a new thing for me to start this because I haven't got enough on, of course, so let's get more, why not? So yeah, I'll crack on with it. The first one I want to show you is my Pandemic. So for those who don't know, Pandemic is a long dog sampler and it's quite a busy one. It was one that was created in 2020 last year for the pandemic, and this is what it will look like, and I'm going to have glare, so I'm going to try to do it like that. There we go. This is what it will look like when it is finished, and I have decided to, I said on my last channel, I've decided to do lots of different colours, what I would call autumn colours. I will show you my wall in a minute that I got the inspiration from. So here is where it is at now. So basically what I've done, I'm winging it. I am winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just picking out areas where I think I'll change the colour and trying to, so last night I was doing my stitch along with the ladies and I said to them, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Is it going to look awful? I'm not sure on this colour that I've chosen this thing. And Emily, and quite a lot of them said, from Crafty Emily, said, when you've done the full thing, it will blend well. All the colours will be there. So at the moment, because I'm just seeing this bit, I'm going, oh, is it going to work well? But when the whole bit is covered with all these different colours, it should hopefully work well. So that is my hope. So basically the colours that I've chosen for, so I've got, you can't see, but basically I've done like a brown line, and I'm going to do another brown line along this orange bit. Purples, the little squirrels of different browns, got a little orange butterfly, red hearts. This one's like a really sort of dusky red colour, pinky red. And I plan to get some yellow in there as well at some point, which will come over probably over here. So yeah, it's come along really nicely. Last video, I think I may have only, I don't even know if I think I'd started on this area. None of this was done, none of this was done, none of that was done, and none of this was done. So I've done quite a lot. And I believe Emily said once I finish this corner, that will be 10% of the chart done. So yeah, it's coming along. I love it. I do really like it. Seeing it on here now, I think, no, I'll keep going. I really like it. And yeah, so there's little areas where I've gone, oh, because there's a squirrel here, which I'd done right at the beginning, and I wish I'd done the squirrel in these colours. So there's little bits that I can niggle away at me, but I think when it's on the wall and it's all done, those things probably aren't going to pop out so much, hopefully. So I hope you all love it too. I'm pleased with the progress. You can't really see the sparkle on the fabric today. It's a bit of a dull day out there, but the sparkle is there. It's lovely. So yeah, that's my pandemic. Now, basically, I think, let's say, Coco Creates. So Coco Creates does crochet as well, and does a beautiful blanket. And I was like, I'm going to do that blanket because, yeah, why not? And then I bought variegated wool and realised that each round you really have to tie off your round and then start anew. And I kind of think it would look, I mean, she's done variegated, I think, and made it work well. I'm just a bit of a novice crocheter, I guess, or a bit lazy maybe. But I decided not to go for that pattern, but I have started a pattern in variegated wool, which I'm going to show you. So I've gone for what they call a star blanket, and I haven't done much, but that is what it looks like. And these are the sort of colours. Pick up the wool and it caught my pandemic. Look at that nice and tidy ball. Please don't cringe. But there's loads of variegated purples, reds, oranges, browns and yellows, and this is what inspired me to use those colours on pandemic. So I'm going to keep going in rounds of that, and it's going to be a big star crochet blanket for autumn, hopefully, if I never sleep and don't keep buying patterns, because yeah, maybe autumn next year when my Hannah Halloween gets finished. No Hannah Halloween today, guys. I'm so sorry. How awful. This is the first time I've not had any progress on Hannah Halloween, but I've been doing a lot for my challenges, so yeah, sorry. I do miss her. She'll be out next week. It's just been time. I've honestly had a lot on this week, so I know, like, oh, stop going on. Anyway, so talking of the challenges, I went for the so it's called The Wheel of Fortune by Full Cover Fanatics, and in this, one of the options is to choose all the words that they give you. The words are floss, needle, frogging, scissors, Ada, chart, Lugana, parking and cross country. Now for each word, each letter, you can stitch 50, 250 or 500 stitches. I went for 50 just because I've gone for all the bookshelf challenge. So floss, I basically wrote down every single word. I don't think you had to do this either, but each word I assigned to a different pattern, and that way I could work on more than one thing. And also I coincided it with my whip go. So the first word, floss, I used for my watercolour count, which is 250 stitches, which I needed to do for my number 18 for my whip go. So I tied in the two. I hope this makes sense. You may have got lost along the way on floss, but yeah, hopefully it's making sense. So I started the week with my watercolour cat. Now, since I've got Pattern Keeper, I haven't used a paper chart because Pattern Keeper is amazing and I don't feel the need to use the pattern charts anymore. But Watercolour Cat is a pattern chart that I got from, was a pattern kit that I got from Amazon. So it came with a chart. So going back on it and working on it, I hated it. So before Pattern Keeper, before Hayes, that's what I done. I cross stitched with patterns, printed the patterns. I was fine with it. But going from Pattern Keeper, where you can literally highlight the only colour you're doing and you focus just on that colour and you don't get sort of distracted by the other colour next to it or the other codes. Then going on to pattern, I will show you a tiny bit of the pattern, not obviously all of it, but basically it's a coloured coded pattern, and my eyes were going cross-eyed. I hated it. So I'd done the 250 stitches and I've put it away, but it made me work on it when I probably wouldn't have had. So I've got a good bit of progress on my watercolour cat. There it is. I do love it and I'm not going to give it up or not do it, but it is more of a struggle now that I'm used to Pattern Keeper. So basically what I've done is I've done all of this and I've done all of what's underneath here. So all down onto its nose. There we are. This is on, I believe, 18 count. No, it might even be 16 count. Ada, which came in the kit, and all the floss and everything came in the kit. It's DMC floss and I do love it. It does look lovely and I will get it done, but I do struggle to use the coloured pattern. Once I carried on with it, I was getting used to it, but I didn't enjoy it as much anymore. So I did put some white in there that's hard to see. So yeah, this is coming along well. So that meant that I'd done the word floss, so I kicked that off on that challenge, and I also got my 250 stitches done on my whip go, so that was crossed off. So that was good progress for 2 of the challenges completed. I then went on to work on my Crochet. I done it a bit out of sync, but so the next word, needle, was on my Fragile Marble. So needle is 300 stitches, but because Fragile Marble, so I think it's called the blue marble is Fragile. Okay, I'm going to show you what it is, would be easier. Keep remembering that I need to show you what it looks like. This is the, what I would call astronaut one. Basically she's threading some planets. This is from unconventional cross stitch, and this is what it will look like when it's done. So it's lovely. Sorry for the glare. In the eyes there's little astronauts floating. It's just lovely. Sorry, there we are. It's not going to show as well, but yeah. So this one I'm doing on 25 count. The stitch count is 650 by 459. I'm doing it on 25 count, and I'm doing it 2 threads over 1. So, but I'm not doing a full cross, I'm doing half 10 stitch. So I've worked quite a bit on this one, and before, when you saw it last, it would have been sort of like that with a bit of the side. It's not gonna, it would have been like that a bit. So I was speaking to the ladies last night, and I said I had a bit of a kind of idea this week that maybe I won't continue, but I wanted to get to the fun parts on the pattern. I was doing all this background on all these projects and I wanted to see some fun bits, so I decided to head for the eyes, and I did get to the eye on there. So we are here, and you're gonna go, well, I can't see any eye. No, you can't, but this is where the eye is here, and the helmet kind of goes around there and along here. I'm gonna sneeze, apologies. Excuse me. So I have done a lot. I've done I don't even remember how many stitches I've done. I think, let me just say, I did write it down. I have done apologies, I think I've done 2,551 stitches on this one in this week, and I was desperate to get to a fun bit, and now I'm thinking I probably should just carry on, because I see people and on Flosstube or even friends, and they just like, you know, finish a page, they complete a page and do it full, and it looks lovely, and I should just do that. I don't know why I decided I wanted to get to the eye. It's not something that I stopped doing because I've done some of my other ones, but it just goes to show how big it's going to be, because that's just onto one of the eyes. It's going to be a big project. I do love it, and I think I'll go back and probably just fill in maybe the eye and then go back to the rest of it. It's a lot of greys, but it will look lovely, so I hope I'm making sense today. So that was the word needle, and it also covered the word, I've put it down for Lugana, which is another 600 half stitches, but what I'm not sure is whether I can use it for that, because it's not in sequence. So I don't know if the rule is you have to do it with the words in sequence, or whether you can just say, okay, I've done needle and I've done Lugana. I need to ask Kim from Kim Hollenbeck, because she'll know the answer to that. So as it goes, I have done both of those words, but if not, then that's fine. I'll be doing more work on it, so I can do the stitches for Lugana again later on. My cat's now deciding to attack his tree, because he's like, what? You're using my tree? Who's outside playing? So the next word was scissors, which I decided to work on my 20-sided dice, which is, I'll show you the picture of that. And again, I think I've covered 2 words on that as well, which I need to double check. So I covered scissors and cross country on my 20-sided dice, but again, cross country comes last, so I'm not sure whether I can do that. Hopefully I can, but no, not a problem if I can't. So the 20-sided dice fairy will look like this. There we are, lovely dragon. Oh, Socks has come in to say hi. Okay, maybe I will have to edit this then. He's after my hairband. 1 second. So I'm just going to hold you for the moment, just whilst he's playing with that. So my 20-sided dice fairy. Before last week you would have seen it, and I think I was getting slightly to the eyes, so I was kind of probably about there with it. And now I am, let me just hold it up. Here I am. She looks amazing. So again, I went to the eye, and then I went to the dragon, and yeah, I'm going to just pop you down again because he's wandered off for the moment. So there we have it. We have got her, most of her eye and some of the dragon there, and I do love her, and I don't really regret wandering off on her, because I love that eye. It just is stunning, and it's going to look great when it's completely done. And then it goes up and does the hair and everything at the top. So loving her. Great progress on that this week, and this is on 18 count fabric. It's 2/1 full cross, and yeah, that's where she's coming along. So that covered those 2 words, or hopefully at least just scissors. And so the bookshelf challenge, it's 3 books. One is 5,440 stitches, which I have chosen to do for 20-sided dice. 3,860 stitches on my cat mini fortune teller, which I will show you in a minute because I've done progress on that, and then 6,980 stitches on the fragile marble, because it's double. So like I say, I don't need to be doing mania, because I've got to try and do all of that this month. I've got a good smash at it so far, but I've got a lot to catch up as well. So I will go on to the mini fortune teller, show you what that looks like. remember where I've just plopped my Kindle. There it is. Oh, I also got these from Amazon. Well, it's, I think, maybe Mouse Potato Designs. I'm saying that completely wrong, but she got some similar, and I thought, well, that's a good idea, because I haven't got project bags. I'd like to make my own. I'm not great on a sewing machine, so I need to just buy some, because they are lovely. But for the meantime, that's doing the job. It just means I'm not just throwing the fabric on the side. I've got something that I can keep it in, which makes it feel cleaner and neater, which is nice. Oh, here comes socks again. Right, so the Minnie the Fortune Teller will look like this. This is Lisa Parker. It's an Haid. All of mine, so 20-sided dice fairy is Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, which is a Haid, and I've told you about the unconventional cross stitch one. Pandemic's obviously Long Dog. So I think that covers all of those, but yeah, that's Lisa Parker. It's going to be 225 stitches by 320. I'm doing it on 18 count Ada, 2/1 full cross, and I have now, because I was on a theme of all about the eyes, got to the cat's eye. So this is what my Minnie the Fortune Teller looks like now. Now, I posted some pictures on my Instagram. My Instagram is Witchcraft Saga, I believe, and I'll put a link down below. And one of the ladies said that it looks a bit like a Sphinx cat at the moment because it doesn't look very hairy, which I can definitely see that. But I absolutely love how that's coming along. It's really nice to see that there's a cat there now. And so I done all of that, and then I thought I better start filling the background, so I've done some of that. So quite a few stitches went into that this week as well. And really pleased with the progress on that one. Coming along really nice. So that was that one. Okay, and then what else have I worked on? Let's have a look. So last time I spoke about this isn't on any of my challenges. That's one of my challenges that I've got this week. It is what's his name? It's a Pain-Free Crafts pattern. Pain as in Paine. It is by Chris Dunn, and it's called Bedtime Story. Now, last time I showed this, I said I was worried because it was all looking brown and you couldn't really define what it was. And it put me off stitching it, but I knew I'd love it, and I'd seen someone else that's been doing it and theirs looks fine. So I thought I need to carry on and get a few more stitches in so I can be happy with it. So this is what that one will look like. Apologies again for the glare. So it's just two little cute mouses, and this is where I'm at with this now. So I decided to travel a bit on this one as well, thinking, oh, I could get to the mouse, but actually now having looked, there's too much of the brown bed and brown background to get anywhere near the mouse, so I think I'm gonna stop doing that. I just need to do it regimentally. It looks much better. But that is my progress on there now, and actually doing it now, you can see the tree branches, you can see the difference. So it must just have been at that moment I felt like you couldn't. So yeah, you can see the tree branches there. So I've got quite a few more stitches in. I done mainly all of this area and some of this area this week. So this is on 25 count, 2 half cross stitches, so 2 threads, half cross stitch over that, which is what I kind of like to go for on 25 count. I am finding I'm enjoying 25 count a lot more now, and will probably always go for that now if I was to get new Haids, when. So yeah, loving using that. It goes quicker with the half cross stitch, and I'm just enjoying it. Even actually on Pandemic, I'm doing 1 thread full cross, and I'm really enjoying that on there. Occasionally I get like a slip on my thread, but it's easy to sort out, so it's not a big problem. So there's that on that one. I did start, so on one of my whip goes and on my saying that's it on my challenges, on my Wheel of Fortune, my next one was Ada, which is Face of Fairy, which I need to do 200 stitches on. I did start doing a bit on that. I'll show you a picture of that, but I haven't done. I think I only chucked in about 57 stitches quickly the other night before I was off doing something, so there's not a huge amount done on that, but I will show you it anyway. So this is by Jasmine Beckett Griffiths, which is the same person as 20-sided Dice Fairy. It's 200 by 200, so sorry, 200 by 200, so it's a nice smallish one. Faces of Fairy, and that's what it will look like when it's done. And I've just chucked in a few little bit more red in there, so it's not a great deal. There's just a bit more of the bright red in there. I'm not enjoying, this is like old fabric I started that on. It's quite tuggy when you pull it through, kind of feels like it's shredding the thread a bit, so I'm not really enjoying this. I think this is 18 count Ada that I had on something, but I will get a bit more done in that this week though, because once I start on it I should get quite a bit of sort of progress on that one. What else is there? I believe that might be it for stitching. Yeah, so hopefully I haven't whizzed through that too much and you got what I was going with all the challenges and everything, but I do feel I've got quite a lot of stitching done considering what my week's been like. Most of that was done at the beginning of the week, like from my last, so I think actually might even be a week and a half since my last video, so it's more than a week that my progress has been. I said at the beginning of this video that I wanted to try some embroidery, which Christy's going to help me with, and I bought a magazine which had a bit of tips in, and I also bought 3 charts off of Amazon, just cute little starter ones just to give it a go. It looks quite basic because I think mostly it's satin stitch and there's some French knots and things, which I know how to do French knots. I think it's going to be the blending of the satin stitch, but I will quickly show you what I chose. So I got this cute little bear, you can see him, and so that's the bottom of him. So I'm going to start him first. I just think he's super cute and he'll be great on my wall. So you do get one of these to go to frame them in and use, obviously to stitch them in, so he'll go up on my wall and that. So this is the first one I'm going to try, and like I say, most of it says leaf stitch, outline stitch, satin stitch and French knots. So there's like long and short stitching, which is for like the hair, so there's long and short stitch in there. It'll be interesting. It's worth a try, see how it goes. I'm not going to be going fully over to embroidery, but it's nice to try other things, and I'll give it a go. So I've got that one. It came also with a stag with really nice sort of antlers with flowers and things on, which is really pretty, and also another stag which is quite cute there. So that's quite a Christmassy one actually, that probably would put up at Christmas. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying them out. I'm probably going to give them a bit of a go before because I'm going to do a Zoom with Christy and she can talk me through, but give it a bit of a go, and then what I get stuck on she can help me with, rather than go, how do I do a French knot, because I have done that before. So hopefully most of the rest is quite self-explanatory. I've seen some beautiful embroidery online that people do and I'm super jealous. I've also seen some really nice white work patterns which are mixed in with cross stitch on Etsy that I'm thinking of getting, so that might be something that you see next time. I am in love with a pattern on Hade, which I was showing Marcia last night, of a pattern called Celestial Muse, I think it's called, by Anne Steig, do you say? S-T-E-I-G. And I'm thinking, oh, do I ask for that for my birthday? And I also want to start, so I know I've mentioned before that me, Hannah Dowling and Coco Creates and a couple of other people who Hannah's been speaking to are going to do a stitch along with us next January. So new year, new start. and we chose unconventional cross stitch Medusa, which I'm going to show you now. And this is what this will look like. Me and Hannah have gone for the stitch the background, and you can get one with no background, so you've just got the moon and Medusa, and you don't do all this beige, but I think the beige really looks lovely. So this is what we're going to be starting. So if you'd like to join us, you can either, so I think Hannah's got a hashtag which I think might be unconventional Medusa or something, but you can go on hers. I think she's called the Bookish Stitcher on Instagram, or if not, contact me on Instagram or on this channel. And my Instagram again is Witchcraft Saga. So I also bought Soma, which is quite similar, which I absolutely love, completely up my street. So I'm thinking I might start her sometime soon. So because I have the pattern, there are lots of colours I need. I'm thinking, do I ask for the fabric and the threads for my birthday? But having said that, I also do need a cross stitch stand. So I don't need, but I would like. I was saying to the ladies last night that I use my Q stitch and I use it two-handed, so I have my right hand underneath, which I know is quite weird because a lot of people do dominant hand at the top, but my dominant hand's underneath, and then I put through with my left hand. So I hold the Q snap, put through, and then I hold, so needle through, hold this, and then pull it through. And I'd like to not have to hold the Q snap, so I'd like something that's a bit freestanding. They've recommended the Lowry stand, which I believe on Amazon I found for about £98. So if I was to get that, it would be, can everybody give me Amazon vouchers, and then I'd be able to get it. So I don't know whether to go for that or Flossabilities. No, was it No. Belushi Stitches. She done a tutorial of a lap stand, which you kind of tuck under your bottom and free stitch, which was a, begins with E. Oh, it's a stand that begins with V, but I can't remember what it's called. So she's done a tutorial at the end of her last video, so if you want to, you can go and see that. And I thought, oh, I could get that, but I quite wriggle around a lot, so I'm not too sure on whether it'll be stable enough. But it did look quite good. So it's between that and a floor stand. So, or if anyone else has got ones that they use, please let me know and give me some advice on to what to go for. So I'm kind of thinking of all those things. So there's Celestial Muse I could get on Heaven and Earth Designs. It's just beautiful. I don't have a picture. I have to get a picture to show you next time, or I would have got it next time. So there's that. Or start Soma, or don't start anything and just finish what I'm doing and carry on what I'm doing. But that's just, you know me. And also, so Belushi Stitches is doing a stitch along, which is like an autumn, what's it called? No, it's an autumn owl tree. You'll probably all know it. And all the stitching people that are watching would know it. Anyway, I did attempt to do that, but I thought no. But she's thinking of doing Dinosaur December and starting a dinosaur pattern. My daughter really likes dinosaurs, so I'm thinking, and she's going to do the folk embroidery one, which I've actually had in my wish list. So I'm thinking, oh, do I do that or find something similar? Because I also do like Museum Shelf, which is an Amy. Why can't I think of anything today? It's on Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's the same person that does all the others that I've got, like my Animal Kingdom and things. So why I can't think of her name was ridiculous. But anyway, the Museum Shelf has got dinosaurs in, so I could start that one, but it is another big one, and I've got quite a lot of big ones anyway. I do feel like I'm blabbing a lot today. I apologise. I kind of just keep going off on tangents. It really is one of those weeks. I'm going to have to write a poem about my week just to get it off my system. I should have done one for today, but yes, there is that. Also, I have been speaking to a lady on our Zoom stitch along called Leanne, and she does a book club and she's invited me along. So I've got the book for that, which is called A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. And I think this is the second in the series, but you haven't got to read the first one. It's kind of like they're all standalone with a little bit of connection. She's really good. So I'm going to be reading that for our Zoom, which I'm excited to do that. And other than that, it is just work, just busy with work, sorting out lesson plans and things, and mum life and whatnot. So yeah, I've got a lot to keep me going. I will try and do my next video a bit sooner because this one's been a bit longer. Apologies for that. I think I have covered everything, and I do apologise that this one isn't an edited video with, you know, this is what it looked like after and everything, and it's probably a bit all over the place, but I did really want to just see you all, not see you all, but you know, just kind of be out there and talking to you all, because I love the comments I get on here. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed as well from the beginning. I think I'm on about 331 subscribers. Amazing. Honestly, I never thought I would get that many subscribers. I was so chuffed of even hitting 100, and now I'm 300 and something. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anything, likes, comments, it's all really, really helpful, and it just spurs me on to keep doing this. So thank you again. I'm glad that you've been enjoying it. I also want to apologise for my last video because I tried out a different edit for that and I was all blurry and kind of a bit all over the place. So if that was a bit distracting, I do apologise. I won't be using the edits video again. And next week I will edit and make it a bit more fun and fancy. So yeah, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying your stitching and your life and what you're getting on with. And yeah, take care. Enjoy Stitch Mania if you're doing it. I've also heard it could be called Mayfly, which I think is quite cool because the Mayfly apparently doesn't. So thread the needle. I'm not going to take credit for this. I watched Thread the Needle and she was saying the Mayfly is a fly that kind of flits about and does this and does that, and this is what Mania is like. You're kind of like maybe doing this start or doing this and doing that. So I think that's quite apt to quite like that one. It might be, I think it's better than Mania anyway. So yeah, take care everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.